I'm Leah, and my current obsession is making giant salads and putting grapes into them, eating pico de gallo with my scrambled eggs, trying to figure out how to get back to Beijing and the home we've been locked out of for the last 8 months, and meanwhile trying to hooga up the urban cabin we bought in Madison. I'm an international school teacher who usually lives in China, and I'm a mom to 2 zany teenage daughters with my long-term steady, Dawn.
Hi, I'm Eydie. I am currently obsessed with using up my garden tomatoes. I enjoy making homemade salsa and marinara, though I have resorted to giving bags of tomatoes away since I don't want to waste any of them. I too am hoogaing up in my house with blankets and scented candles and stacks of books. I'm a single mom of 3 and a middle school reading specialist.
And we're the 2 Chit-Chat Chicks. Like always, we'll be sharing chit-chat tips and tricks.
A recipe and an exit strategy.
We'll gather around the campfire to chat about burning topics.
Letting go.
And of course, we'll have our chit-chat challenge of the week. In our chit-chat tips and tricks segment, we share things that make our lives just a little bit happier or better.
I have a tip that I know will be embraced by all chicks and roosters, except maybe my dad. I am recommending that everyone rush to pinchofyum.com and search up the recipe for 5-minute magic green sauce. For the past several weeks, I have not been without this magic green sauce. It can be used as a dip, spread, sauce, dressing, or marinade.
Tell me again what's in this delicious magic sauce.
Well, all sorts of green goodness. Avocado, parsley, cilantro, jalapeno, limes, pistachios. Pinch of Yum says that pistachios are the best nut to use, but I disagree. I have been using sprouted pumpkin seeds instead of pistachios with excellent results. My favorite thing is to build a warm salad.
Warm salad?
I start with a bed of arugula and then I add quinoa and chickpeas. On top of that, I mound some roasted veggies and then top it off with magic green sauce. So good! And every single ingredient is real.
Oh, yes, yes. Actually, Eydie regularly serves me this sauce, and it's magnificent. I rock up here, and suddenly I've got a heaping wonderful bowl of quinoa and roasted vegetables with this sauce, and it really is to die for. In fact, I'm expecting some for lunch today.
Well, tell me when you're hungry.
I will. Well, I'm going to give you a tip today that has helped me not blow my top many times. It's really simple, though it does seem to work best with teenagers who belong to you, or when you're amongst adults with whom you are annoyed and have a choice about being with, so not at work. It probably isn't advisable either for a life or death situation. Wondering what it is? Just this. Get up and leave. No drama, no yelling, no response. Just leave.
Shut the front door.
Yeah, but don't slam it. That's the key. If things are getting out of hand at dinner and my kids are being obnoxious, instead of trying to get them to shut up or getting progressively more wound up, I simply pick up my plate, throw it at the... No. No, I don't throw it. I simply pick up my plate, leave the room, and finish my meal in the bedroom, usually with some form of entertainment that will make me laugh like Seinfeld. It completely diffuses the situation. Whatever happens in the kitchen stays in the kitchen and gets sorted out, or not. I cool my jets and focus on something lighthearted, taking my mind off my anger, and usually about, half an hour later, we all find each other somewhere in the house and everything's normalized and usually forgotten. I have walked out of restaurants on my family and various other venues, and they know now that it's my signal that I've reached my limit. What do you think of that, Eydie?
Well, it's either crazy or inspired. It's so simple.
I know.
Usually, when my kids are being obnoxious, I leave in a dramatic huff so they know they made mama good and mad. Next time, I will try calmly leaving the room and watching some Seinfeld, like maybe the yada 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 episode.
Yeah. Walking calmly.
These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do.
And one of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. Well, you should try it, Eydie. I find it highly effective. Just that time for everyone to diffuse with no words exchanged, no slamming of doors. It just takes the wind out of everyone's sails. It shuts the drama down. Lord knows this gal has a lot of drama, so it's good for me to have this little method to draw on. Oh, and sometimes I just leave parties or social interactions when it all feels too intense or heated. I just excuse myself to go to the bathroom and I never come back. I've even left parties hosted in my own house to go have a bath. Nobody seems to miss me. Just leave. I stand by this as a good tip.
Wow, that takes a lot of moxie, Leah. I'm open to trying it, though.
You should.
Do I hear a campfire?
Do I hear a campfire tune? Fires burning, draw nearer, draw nearer. It's time for Campfire Chat. This week, we're going to be talking about letting go, both figuratively and metaphorically. We will ask questions like, what do I want to let go of? The answers can be actual things, but can also involve mindsets. So, what are you ready to let go of, Eydie?
So many things. I am letting go of placing ridiculously high expectations on people or situations. I am a dreamer and enjoy conjuring up idyllic scenes in my imagination. I find I am often disappointed if I have unrealistic expectations. For instance, take family game night. Please take it and make it go away. I dream up scenes of me and the kids playing Scrabble, calmly clicking down tiles and adding up scores and neatly eating popcorn. What I end up with is a half-hour squabble about what game to play, followed by yelling of who is cheating and who is stupid. And the whole hellish game night ends in a dark cloud with me vacuuming up popcorn. I should use the strategy of just walking away and they can play their own stupid games.
Yep.
Actually, I would be better off letting go of expectations and thinking, oh, family game night is tonight. I wonder how that will turn out. What game will we play?
Or what TV show will we watch instead?
Right?
Well, let me tell you, I have unrealistic family expectations too. You want it to turn out a certain way where everyone bonds and it's this tight-knit, happy little evening, and then everybody wants to go and watch a movie on their own device. So these days, I actually have fewer expectations of family bonding, probably because we're always together. So I pretty much plan nothing. The only thing I've been saying lately is gather around the TV, kids. Here's some frozen pizza. Oh, man. Frankly, it's best when I'm not trying to rule the roost. I'm letting go of trying to control my daughters. They're at a little older age than your kids, Eydie, and I'm actually really happy to be letting go of the reins. They're at an age where it's time to trust that they're going to make reasonably good decisions, and when they don't, we can be there to pick up the pieces when it all goes to hell. Everybody is way happier because nobody's trying to control anybody, and so far nobody's died.
Do you have high expectations that you need to let go of for your sweetheart Don?
Oh, well, okay. I've always been a bit of a diva about my birthday. I'm sure that friends who are listening will laugh. I like to celebrate 2 weeks before and 2 weeks after, though I'm actually getting a little bit old for that now. It's exhausting. But a bunch of years ago, Don planned a staycation when we were living in Hong Kong for my birthday. That seems sweet when you hear it, right? But he had us take a bus to the hotel, and he hadn't checked to see if the hotel had a tub, though he had brought bubble bath and champagne for me to enjoy. Well, it was a tiny little closet of a hotel run by monks, and there was only a shower. Then when it came time for dinner, I was all primed up for a fancy candlelit restaurant, and he said, "Oh, I thought it would be fun if we planned where to go together." Needless to say, this did not end well.
Oh, Don, planning together means you didn't plan. No one wants to plan where to eat a romantic dinner. And monks? What?
Okay, I hope Don isn't listening to this particular episode, though he is a rooster. Oh, no. Well, okay, I've learned to be very specific about what I want in terms of a party or dinner, what kind of gift I want, and I also let my good friends like Claire help orchestrate events so that Don isn't floundering on his own. Now, I'll say he has totally stepped up his game, but I think if we don't specifically say what we want, we can imagine all we want, but we're never going to get it, right? So for me, I had to let go of thinking Don could magically know exactly what I want in a greeting or a date or a birthday or whatever, and just know that it's okay, that he's not a mind reader, nor does he process in the same way I do. Oh, and then there's also that whole love language thing, right? But maybe that's for a different episode.
My love language is very fluid and changes depending on what mood I'm in.
Oh, no. Well, that's going to be pretty hard on your partner, Eydie. You had better be specific with what you want, or you're doomed.
Doomed? There are only 5 love languages. How hard can it be?
It can be hard. Well, I heard this saying a few years ago that really resonated with me. My happiness depends on me, so you're off the hook. Isn't that good?
That's good.
Yeah, that's helped me a fair bit when people are annoying me and not doing things on my time frame or in my own way. I try to remind myself that I have a choice about how to react. That said, it can be hard to let go when it involves partners.
I think it's worth an episode. Communicating with our partners? We should call in an expert because I'm a horrible communicator.
But you're a great chit-chatter.
Well, meantime, I wonder about the expectations we place on ourselves. I'd really like to let go of some of those.
Oh, right. This is one of the biggest letting goes for me that I want to work on. I don't know about you, but I feel like I spend a whole lot of each day doing things that I believe make me a worthy or a good person. But I just want to get them done so I can go eat popcorn and watch Schitt's Creek. Have I walked my 10,000 steps? Have I meditated yet? Oh, better slam it out during my recess break. I can just think of a zillion things that I feel like I should be doing to make myself a better person, a better teacher, a better partner, a better wife, and I beat myself up when I don't do them. I want to let go of all these obligations I set up for myself, but I haven't figured out how to do it. It's not like I have to be doing these things. It's not stuff on my to-do list for the day. That's already long. It's more like stuff that I feel like I have to do to be worthy.
Well, Oprah says you are worthy because you are born.
Ooh, dramatic pause.
Oprah says. Maybe it is worthwhile to look at expectations we put on ourselves and see if they are really necessary. A friend of mine once told me that I am always looking at reframing or bettering myself and that it is okay just to be sad or mad. What about having the expectation that we have to be nice to ourselves?
Ooh, that's good.
That's a tweet, right? Should
Yeah.
I say it again?
Yeah, say it again.
What about having the expectation that we have to be nice to ourselves?
Yeah, we have to be nice to ourselves. I really like that. I should put it at the top of my to-do list.
I am also ready to let go of my COVID pounds.
Ooh.
Leah, you recommended the purple plan on WW. Now, I was very resistant to WW, Wellness Wins, formerly Weight Watchers, because I didn't want to have to start to obsess over points. I used the system years ago and lost like 40 pounds, and I haven't gained those back, but my whole life during that time was surrounded by points and arguing about points and thinking about points.
Oh.
Back then, 1 cup of watermelon was 1 point, but I counted it as 0. I mean, I didn't get fat eating watermelon. My uncle and I spent hours talking about what we ate and what we were going to eat, and if you could really eat a tub of Cool Whip free and have it be 0 points. I always loved talking to my uncle, but we were just obsessed with points. I seriously don't know how people could stand being around us.
They probably couldn't.
Right now, I need an easy plan to follow because I don't have time to constantly discuss points. The purple plan from WW is great because there are over 300 food items that are free.
0 points.
Hey, chicks and roosters, if you want to join, let us know because we'll get a month for free.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, well, I have a confession. I just realized the other day that I gained a COVID cup and not a cup of coffee either.
What?
Now, I suppose there are worse places to gain weight, but I was not happy going shopping for bras this week. My gosh, weight is a huge issue for so many of us. And often it's not just the weight, it's the self-esteem and all the societal expectations that are bound up with this, right?
Right. That is why I am also letting go of the horror of the scale. The number is just a way to monitor progress. But I'm being honest when I say my first weigh-in was a bummer. 7 extra pounds! I moped about it until you gave me a different perspective, Leah.
What was my perspective again?
You said that you could gain and lose 6 pounds in a day.
Oh, that's right. Truth. Endocrinologist Kathleen Wynne, MD, I have this bookmarked, says that a 5-pound weight shift is typical for most people day to day.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. So I'm a turtle of a loser for sure, and I can gain or lose several pounds in one day. That's Eydie's water. Drinking the water while we're podcasting. I think that consistent focus on healthful, whole foods and reasonable portions is the only way forward. Well, that said, we all know that, right? We still seem to struggle with body image so much. Why is that?
It's like it's built into our psyche from an early age. I remember having to shop in the husky sizes at JCPenney's when I was in elementary school. Like, who thought the word husky was a good idea?
Oh, that is just not okay. Okay, well, it makes me feel a bit vulnerable to share this, but my sister was here this last weekend and we did some thrift store shopping where we had a lot of fun doing outtakes for a future episode. But there's one portion that makes me feel quite uncomfortable, but I'd like to share it here with you now. What does it say that I'm attracted to scrubs? Oh, that's not a good thing.
I think you don't want to know what that says about you.
It says bad things about my self-esteem, right? There's issues there.
No, it says you like comfort, and that's a good thing. But don't.
That's not why I'm migrating to scrubs, though. It's self-esteem. That's sad.
Yeah,
Okay.
Don't do it.
No.
You deserve more.
Thank you. Ouch, right?
You stay away from those scrubs unless you decide to become a surgeon. They are not for you. You're not alone here, obviously. There is so much to disseminate about body image that it deserves another episode.
Oh my gosh, it sure does. This is getting kind of heavy, though. My wise sister also knew we were going to do an episode on letting go, and here's what she had to say about what she was letting go of.
I am letting go of society's expectations for female beauty. I turned 50 last year, and I decided I am going to let myself go gray. Now, letting myself go gray is not letting myself go. I am letting myself become. It's really amazing as I have been going through this process that the more gray that I have and the more that I see, the more excited I am and the more real I feel. I feel more beautiful than I have ever felt in my life because I'm letting myself be me.
Yay!
You go, Nicole. I want to say that, wow, that's brave. But why should it be brave to let go of some strange idea that we're not allowed to look our age? That we have to have this beauty regime that we have to stick to in order to stay relevant? That's stupid. That being said, I am never going to stop coloring my hair ever.
I probably won't either. They're going to bury me blonde.
Oh, I could see that as a as a movie, Bury Me Blonde.
I was going to say a bumper sticker. Oh my gosh. And roosters, correct me if I'm wrong, but there are not a whole lot of you going out and dyeing your hair or wearing huge tents to cover your girth, right? It's more of a female thing. Okay, let me tell you about Beijing. In Beijing, we have this thing called the Beijing bikini, okay? And this is typically older men rolling up their shirts to expose their bellies in order to stay cool. And let me tell you, Eydie, there is no shame. There's no thought that people might judge them. These men are owning the streets in their Beijing bikinis. Well, they're letting it all hang out. We're spending big bucks on beauty maintenance.
Remind me to never visit you in the summer. Seeing pics of the Beijing bikini makes me want to stop wasting money on the purple plan.
Right? I know. So we should just do what makes us happy. If I color my hair until the day I die, that's fine. If I'm doing it for me because it makes me feel good, that's great. I just think for Nicole, this is her way of embracing her beauty, and that's wonderful.
It sure is. You go, Nicole. So let's move on beyond our physical selves and talk about other ways we are letting go. I am on a mission to let go of a lot of household clutter. I have made many trips to the St. Vincent Donation Center. Since I'm stuck in the house with my kids all the time, I want to cut down on the mess. But I will not be donating any of my jewelry. Is that okay?
Well, it's the same thing as makeup and hair, Eydie. Hold on to what makes you happy and let go of what doesn't.
Many people have implied that I have too much jewelry and should donate some rather than buying more hooks. Well, accessories are nothing but playful fun for me. I look forward to choosing earrings, necklaces, and bracelets every day. So anyone who is expecting me to have a minimalistic...
No, you are never going to be minimalistic, Eydie. And who cares? Maybe your kids when they're trying to clean out the house after you die, but nobody else. I have a lot of things I love: furniture, carpets, lamp, arts, clothes. The thing is, for 7 months, I've been locked out of my home in China, and I haven't once longed for any of my possessions, other than maybe my Blundstone boots. I love my stuff, but I've acquired new stuff, and that's fun too. I've moved around a whole lot in my adult life, and I know there's always going to be more cool stuff around the corner, so I don't hang on too tight. Anyway, for me, it's not so much about letting go of stuff. It's more about letting go of condiments.
All those relishes and mustards and skinny girl salad dressings have got to go.
I know. Let's wrap this thing up. I think we're getting punchy. Okay, so on to the Chit Chat Challenge. We want you to be very gentle on yourselves this week. Nothing epic.
Right. Just identify one thing in your life that you'd like to let go of and start making some small steps in that direction.
Yep. Just name what it is and acknowledge that you want to move forward with letting it go, even if you don't know how to do it just yet.
Just saying it to a person you trust or in a safe place like the coop can be the beginning of something profound.
Yeah, and you don't have to do it all at once either. Letting go is a gradual process. It begins with a thought and a desire, and then you move forward.
Yes, being vulnerable. We were probably more vulnerable today than we have ever been on this show, but that's what brings us together.
Yeah, and helps us move forward, knowing we're not alone on our journeys.
So what's your focus for the week, Leah?
Well, I'm going to go through my closet and let go of all the super baggy clothes I have that don't flatter me. What about you, Eydie?
Well, I am going to continue letting go of cauliflower crackers and Costco margaritas.
Well, gross on the crackers. I'd let go of those too.
They're actually really good.
Oh, okay.
So that's it for episode 11 of the Two Chit Chat Chicks.
Check out the show notes for info on our blogs, Eydie's Prairie Girl Greeting Store, and how to get involved in the Chit Chat Coop on Facebook.
Thanks for all the fantastic book recommendations you sent in last week. We have some great recommendations to who got up this autumn.
Right? See you next Sunday.
Bye-bye.
Cluck, cluck.